Hello everyone, this is John Crate, and we are back in Rogue Trader. Now there's this area here, but I don't want to do this until our stats are higher, because when we do this we meet with one of our crew members and we can talk to them and maybe get more experience out of it if we pass some skill checks. So we're not going to do that yet. At least that's how I remember it. I don't remember a ton, but that's how we're gonna do this. Okay, so the Coronis Expanse. That's where we're going now. We're gonna go and try and find another system here. We can go to the unidentified void ship. Let's see. You're here, Lord Captain. Is not noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting in the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization at several compartments. Oh, there's an incoming transmission too now. Hear us? Do not require assistance. Repeat, do not require assistance. Copy? Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Repatex. Lord Captain, I am told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there is an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Rakati Philia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Get a better connection. Connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting at each other. Do not tell him we are done for. This is Thunderfang. We are a merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private merchant vessel. Merchant vessel. Of course they are. Damn, my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Let's see. Damage report. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by the guns of a combat ship. Several compartments are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Somebody gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Why can't we Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? Well, I don't know. What if... Certainly not. Our vessel is badly damaged. Images preventing the correct identification. We assure you. Peaceful merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. What happened? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, another swears with some foul expletives, and yet another hisses, furiously demanding that all the others shut up. We managed to make out little from all the noise. We were just flying, minding our own business, straight out of the blue and opened fire. Miracle we could get away. Emperor protected. And then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. Our folks are left without our help. We never got to them. Oh, good kitty. Jump on the couch. At your age, that takes some effort, so here's some scratches. Lay down. Bub needs some scratches. Hold on. Sorry. But for her, jumping on the couch is a big deal. So she gets rewards. It's hard for her. She's so old, and with her organ dysplasia, she's just fucking... She breathes really hard when she exerts herself like that, so... Her windpipe is all bent because her lungs dropped and her heart is like basically right behind her left shoulder instead of in the center of her chest. Yeah, her organs are all just in wrong directions now. And as she's gotten older, it's really started to affect her because she lost a bunch of, as she gets older, she loses weight because she didn't eat as much, which means that everything kind of moves around even more. And so yeah, she starts breathing pretty hard when she exerts herself and stuff like that. So the fact that she was willing to put up with her breathing just to jump up here and get some scratches says something. Oh, she needs the scratches bad. Should buy another set of steps. She's got a set of little steps to get on the bed. Maybe I should get one for the couch. Good girl. Yeah, lay down. Lay down. Let's see. Oh, we already read that one, okay. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here. And this time I highly recommend the truth. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It's too late now. Do you copy? We are from the Fellowship of the Void. We do not come here to loot. We're on different business to help our own out of jail. Do not hurt us, please. We already had our Kronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of plunder, goods. In case you are unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Coronis Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have Vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat a salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of their livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods in the locals market. Perhaps you will find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Prepare for commercial exchange. So what do they have? A heavy leather armor. Zero dodge chance, but I got a flamer. I don't have one of those. Our profit factor is 13. I think that means that we can just... Yeah, we can... Anything that's less than our profit factor, we can just buy. And of course, we have to trade with them. Okay, stalker gloves are fun. That's a good one. The Reaper Cape. Okay, well either way we'll have to deal with them at some point. We'll have to deal with this team at some point. We don't have a ton of stuff to get rid of anyway, so we'll just... Yeah, let's do it that way. Okay, Rykad Minoris. Permission to report. Lord Captain, members of the Sacred Cult operating aboard this ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to the new captain. And what Sacred Cult? They call themselves the Bloodspud Web. What do you... Hold on a second, bub. Stop that. She's licking the blanket that's covering the couch. She grooms the things that she's laying on. It's weird. Stop that. That's Aki. it's cute when she does it to her toys, but like then if she's on the bed, she'll just start licking the sheet, or licking the blanket, or the pillow she's laying on. Yeah, I don't know. She's not all there. But then she also has a few toys that she likes to cuddle with and lick, like they're her babies. The couch isn't your baby. Okay, whatever. They call themselves the Bloodspun Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favorably upon their activities. I am ready to receive them. I will commence preparations at once. This is good. We get one of the characters that just absolutely destroys enemies. We want Cabela. She's a beast. Single-handedly won me so many hard battles last time around. On the deck watching as the final figure moves gracefully into the ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement while others murmur prayers to the god Emperor.
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still. Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her. And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion. We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Cabela. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
You have heard many stories about death cults such as this one. These devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and the fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. And the cultists. Cultists are all voidborn. Their lithe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move with an acrobat's nimble grace, and strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. Prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips over the tear-stained faces of the captured officers, technomats, and workers. A word has been carved into each of their foreheads with meticulous precision: traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. Cuts have been diligently and regularly reopened to prevent healing.
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voigtveer, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
Interesting. So a death cult watches over my crew. They who honor the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him. Sacred
The
executioners.
Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
Yes, what exactly do
The
you do?
tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others, the virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
This voice actor, I looked her up once. At the time, this was her only role, but she is so good. Like the tremble in her voice when she talks is amazing. I love her voice. I'll have to look her up again and see if she's gotten any more roles, because she deserves more. Like this is like really good. You kill innocent people.
We do not desire their death. We do not seek them out in the darkness. They come to us, and we usher them from this life. If his sacred tarot reveals that the Emperor wishes to accept these martyrs.
Tenets of the web, what are they?
Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the blood-spun web itself. Humanity owes its existence to the Undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One, to become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
Well, I guess you have my blessing.
The blood-spun web will not forget your words, Domin. They are the wisdom of the tenets and the benediction of our duty.
Tell me about yourself.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
Why have you brought this rabble
So
here?
you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One, is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Sure, prove
A
yourself.
dagger that has not sliced through sinew is nothing more than a toy. Let the final dance begin.
Okay, so free these guys so that Cabela can fucking...
Your Emperor won't save you!
I will be your end.
Surrender to the Dark Powers!
Okay. The blood part I never found all that useful, I don't think. It was okay. There's more blade dance and death from above, which is ridiculous.
As the tenant caught by the web.
And death from above, which is just
I shall
fucking...
not fail.
Well, they're not quite dead. But we can then jump
The
back
shadows will
in.
see. Thy blade be drenched in blood, and thy blessing flow through my veins.
And then she gets a regular
Trust
attack.
me, death is a blessing.
So yeah, she's pretty ridiculous. Like, she takes... Oh, they're gonna let more in here.
I will set them free.
Your Emperor won't save you!
As the tenets do one foe or 100, I will kill them all. Trust me. I shall not fail.
It's ridiculous.
Trust
Thing
me.
is, she-
Killing brings me no pleasure.
She's so powerful. A cut to the heart, a cut to the throat, a cut to the stomach. These wounds have been inflicted according to his pleasure. The blood of the apostates will wash away the stain of their treachery, so that their souls may prostrate themselves before the Undying One's throne and beg his forgiveness. I have acted with reverence and shown proof of my loyalty. Will you accept me, Doman John Creticus? Your Lordship, the spinners of the Bloodspun Web were watching, tracking, and killing Von Valancius' enemies long before the warrant of trade passed. Really? However, their blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult. I am sure they must have had good reason. The cultists are the scourge of the seditious. They bring the unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers respect the Bloodspun Web, for we share a common goal, to bring his light and his harsh justice to the darkest depths of this ship. Scourge of the seditious or not, folk are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces. Train driver to pieces for some kind of ritual. I don't know what old Maylock did to earn the privilege, though. And who's going to feed his family now? That's a lower decker problem. What matters is that the Bloodspun Web serves you faithfully, Captain. My predecessor's predecessor once delivered a sermon about how the spinners saved this vessel from the servants of the archenemy. The Bloodspun Web paid the price in blood, a river of scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bilge. They became the blood of the flagship, the pulse of its veins, and the beat of its heart. Their great sacrifice earned them the favor of House Von Valancius. Seems that not all the officers have been presented to me yet. Confessor Adalberry, your ladyship, as a humble servant of the Emperor, I am entrusted with the high honor of being the ship's confessor. Or in other words, the highest spiritual authority on this vessel. I'm here to oversee the purity of the crew's faith. I officiate all that fun stuff. Tell me about their sacrifice. Famine and pestilence during a long warp jump. The flagship wandered uncharted paths. And the spinners emerged from the depths. They stood alone against hundreds of foes, yet they did not falter. I wish to hear what my retinue thinks. I've heard, though only at a distance, the prayers the spinners offer up to him, and have seen how their deeds fill people's hearts with confidence in the inevitability of his wrath. The Bloodspun Web's loyalty to the Emperor is without question, as is their willingness to lay down their lives. Although Lady Theodora never granted the cult an audience or brought a spinner into her retinue, she respected them and approved of their mission. Yes, you will be my shadow, because you're fucking awesome. Then she takes off her mask. Henceforth, I am your shadow, Doman John Creticus Von Valancius. An instrument of death placed in your hand by the Undying One. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web. He wishes you to know that the doors of the Undying One's temple are open to you. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go into the depths of his flagship to search for the temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They are not a fitting place for his lordship. Tarot told you this? The Emperor's Tarot, yes. Only his chosen servants earn the permission to rain blood upon the cards and perform a reading. And who is the Vizier? He's the first among us. He has spun the web of faith for fivefold longer than I have lived. Why is he not here himself? He's old. Let's see. Okay, where's the temple located? Not permitted to say. You must walk the path of Saint Ariane, Matrix Spider. Okay, well. The path began deep within the flagship, in the dark tunnels. Okay, well. I will do that. Are we doing it right away? Yes, we are. Or no, we're not. We'll do that later. We wanna... Let's get to the next planet. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. The pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Osirian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Okay, well, let's see what... Okay, now let's see what this is. Just spin around here. That is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a high-born brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avril Event, requesting permission to speak on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. Now listen to what you have to say. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary, but I am convinced that this step is unwarranted and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Osirian, and to intervene in what is happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. How did it all start? The situation could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It all began with the enforcers around a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. And where does Abelard come into this? I shall explain. I beg you to hurry, time is running out. I will not hurry, since my competence is under scrutiny. I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so of course, when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. As long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valancius will find a refuge on her ship. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Wassarian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Now there's a strike on the lower decks, in Depot 4 to be precise. Three worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection, but when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. What do you have to say to all this? I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower deck, stop the assault unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying, not harboring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. What is Depot 4? Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors on the lower decks. It is home to clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served as specialized systems for generations. They are easily replaceable resource, and one which is now more besides giving succor and cultists and minions to the archenemy. You say that, but we're the whole point is that we're short on people right now. Depot 4 is poor and troubled, but at worst, that means drunken fights and illegal rotgut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect on all the neighboring sectors. Master-at-Arms, the ship's enforcers report to you, and yet you seem hesitant to provide your own perspective. Lord Captain, unlike Lieutenant Bent, I respect the chain of command and realize that it is not within my right to challenge my superiors. That being said, while I entirely share Master Wassarian's opinion of what the fate of Depot 4 deserves, I must note that this insubordination is a direct consequence of practices that he himself has introduced. Mistress Sourback, I see you have decided to follow the Lieutenant's example. After all, such behavior does you no credit. Explain yourself. Ship's regulations state that the Master-at-Arms is responsible for resolving all matters related to the ship's enforcers, and yet it is no secret that the Seneschal has a tendency to show partiality. Those enforcers and officers whom he has deemed particularly promising are at times given permission to approach him for tutelage. I cannot deny Master Wassarian's experience and insight. The Seneschal has a record of fostering students who have indeed achieved much and demonstrated impeccable performance. However, extending such patronage over the head of their immediate superior encourages disregard for hierarchy among your lordship's servants. Today, an enforcer goes to the Seneschal to report an order from the Master-at-Arms that they happen to disagree with. Tomorrow, they will go to the Lord Captain to object to the Seneschal's orders. I notice a pattern in these actions. My lord, do you wish to respond? Mr. Sourback, can you recall an occasion where I would encourage an officer to disobey their superior? Or one where I would overrule their order? Or show favoritism to those who merited none? None, Seneschal. There have been no such cases in the entire time that I have served aboard this ship. If anyone were to claim otherwise, I would have them pay for insulting your honor with blood. Your conduct in this regard has always been spotless. Nevertheless, given your eminent position, a simple show of attention on your part is enough to erode the propriety of junior officers, inflate their sense of self-importance, and undermine discipline. That you distinguish some of them and know them by name is tantamount to walking around the officer's deck handing out gifts to officers who have caught your eye. It fills those you set apart with ambition and audacity, makes them stand out among the rest. Enforcers are meant to be faceless servants, fighters ready to die, their fate entrusted to their commander and no one else. That is the sole foundation of order. Lieutenant Vett, will you say the Seneschal has singled you out from your peers in any way? Lord Captain, I swear that the Seneschal Wassarian has never granted me any privileges, never once advocated for me, nor facilitated my promotions. Although, he is the man who convinced me to become an officer in the first place. He has offered me extensive guidance for my service, for which I am grateful for him. And while not all my fellows receive such attention, I know of at least a dozen fine officers whom the Seneschal keeps in his sights to ensure that they continue to strive. To prepare new generations of the dynasty's servants, to instruct them, and to separate those potential from those who've exhausted it, That is my duty as seneschal. This ship has bays worth of pilots, enforcers, officers, technicians, and stewards, whom I have raised personally by the throne. Every third person standing on the bridge right now is my student at one point. I see. Evidently, my officers are anything but a shining example of unity and adherence today. Only myself to blame, I suppose. Yeah, I'll go down there. Please, but please yourself, Lord Captain. Yeah, you come with. I regret that the enforcers weren't able to handle the situation, which then led to your and your seneschal's involvement. Consider it my duty to go myself as well. Okay. So let's see what we can do with our team here.
They say a little bit of humility.
The web serves.
Level up. 2 ranks for her. Dual weapon combat. Yeah, a lot of these top ones don't really... Here, we'll do Bloody Mess. And weapon skill. And then we can do something here. What do we got here? Oh yeah, we definitely need that one. Yeah, this is the one that's ridiculously good. We're gonna take that one. Athletics, Demolition, Medicaid. We've got Athletics for Abelard. She should probably take Demolition because I want to have her over Sister of Battle, whose name I always forget.
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant.
Okay, so what all do you have here? You have Spinner's Blade. 8 to 10. They can't parry. So far, that's probably the superior option here. This does more oh! The Silent Verdict, the weapon, the one they gave me. Yes, please, take that one. That weapon was pretty much made for you. How about for armor? You're using light armor. 50% chance of dodge, so we're going to stick with your light armor. Do I have any other light armor? I have this body glove. Okay, well that's actually better because agility bonus to dodge and parry against melee attacks, so yeah. Well, that's for range attacks. I only have one. Well, that's not true. I have another person for range attacks. You. So I guess you can equip it for now. Sure, you can. You know, the saturated cape is way better. I guess you can wear this. Why not? Do I have anyone who's essentially stupid? Abelard, I guess. So the Diviner's Staff, but that doesn't have lightning, so I'd like to have lightning on her. Fading Valor is 6 to 10. Do I have any? I don't think I have like any other. Pistols or anything. We have a flamer. Sure. Why not? That can be your second weapon, the flamer. And that to cargo. Okay.
Whisper.
We shall prevail.
Here? The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. Let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom.
Follow
first.
my lead!
I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
Let's see, the sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Vent of the ship's forces is bearing the path of her superior. Lieutenant Vent, my patience is wearing thin. I've given you an order, now get out of my way. I cannot comply with that order, ma'am. It's my deck and my sector. So long as this area remains under the Lord Captain's special oversight, no action will be taken without my express permission. There are only 3 people who are authorized to make me stand out. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Lordship. Situation. Lordship, my people have locked down the bay with where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow. Under control? You came here to lead an investigative unit, and what do I see? The rabble is on the verge of mutiny. There's nothing to investigate. This simply calls for the immediate repressions and firing squads. In you, Vent, are a step away from facing charges yourself. I want to speak to them. Allow me to wish you good luck.
A new challenge for me?
So it's not here. Let's check for goods and shit first. Valve. Not sure what the valve is. Goods.
What is that?
What?
None shall stand in my way.
I can't examine the valve, then I guess I can't. Whatever. Maybe I can do the valves later. Let's say goods. Dozen pair of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people below are typical habits of low decks. You take in their simple clothing, crew, weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation. The rest of the crowd, you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd. An elderly woman and 2 men. Supposed to be the leaders. Lord Captain, come down to us. Tell me what is troubling you. Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, your lordship. All we were doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating for whole days to hold bays for a week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in the lungs, all because of those enforcers. She's not interrupting the workers, but you see the sadness swell in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who has stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up amidships and had no fellow feeling towards us. Your Lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We plotted no disorder, we went on strike openly, and now that we've got guns pointed at us, all we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. I was told that one of you had found a possession of an amulet and that there were heretics hiding here. Cultist amulet? What's that? Guga that they found on the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. Yet there have been no new faces around. Definitely not. If there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for this amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There were no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. When the fight broke out, or some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with. Nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists are better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots are really fine. There's no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. And when we're working, we bow before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. Same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith. Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the archenemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my third little one. It is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? Abelard, do you have anything to add? I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos Worshippers hiding in the sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Nevertheless, I'm certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. Sarvak, was it really necessary to torture these people with cold? The rebel understands only one language, Lord Captain, that of violence. As per regulations, should the laborers persist in their unwillingness to cooperate, the next step is limiting air supply and cutting off water, which is almost certain to restore order. Peasants can grumble all they want, but in the end, they are the source of their own misery. All they have to do is bow their heads and fall in line, and the need for punitive measures will disappear. We were attacked on the way here. How do you explain that? Here's an explanation for you. People have been pushed to their limit, and now they're lashing out. As if we don't know why these top-deck units are being sent down here. Like the one there the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big. I'm sure there's people who've had just about enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who've risen up. A death squad has just arrived. No wonder folks are lashing out. The word seems sincere. What changes do you want? As you look at this, the exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us Bildratch for what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if the cultists do show their faces. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers. They'll probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks, too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have somebody shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop harassing us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies, and we'll talk to them, one lower decker to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets around, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. You speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before, all because we dared to speak out. Thoughts, Abelard? The story about scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up the heretical amulet doesn't convince me. The people were moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the archenemy. We must not give them what they want. Even if they did acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity, that does not mean they are not tainted with corruption. What begins as petty thievery can turn into a far graver problem. I've seen it before. In my second war, there was a sergeant in the Imperial Guard Regiment that was stationed nearby. The sergeant took an ordinary pocket knife from the body of a heretic, and his whole unit lost their lives for it. And they finally managed to break into the barracks. They found not a single survivor, only the pocket knife, which had grown through all the rows of beds like a metal choking vine. So when it comes to scavengers, malcontents, strikers, or whatever they'll turn into next, my verdict is simple. Give them no quarter. Mr. at Arms, where do you stand? Give the rebel a Grox, and they will take an agri-world, Lord Captain. They only understand brute force and will interpret any concession as a sign of weakness. Giving them weapons and recalling the enforcers would be folly. It will only be a matter of time before we had a full-scale mutiny on our hands. Probably this one. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands and we will consider the rest. Old man, listen. The Lord Captain himself has come down to us and is offering concessions. And I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talked to them. Back down. Now is no time for you to be a stubborn old crone. Listen to us, old man. 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that. You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave you are against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own will. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace. It's great, just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed. Let's see. And it's decided the persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. Lordship, thank you. You have not abandoned us lower deckers. Came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this. Of course, your lordship. We'll root out any nasty business faster than enforcers and will leave no stone unturned. Hey, we did it.
Victory awaits!
Fortune smiles on us. An ill omen.
What's this?
I did fine.
And there's some stuff down here. Is that just a multi-key? Yes. Turn that valve.
It's about time.
There's a valve. Other valves that I should be aware of? What happened? Oh, Abelard wants to talk. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believed their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like because they see you as a weak leader. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valancius Protectorate? Let's talk about your role. You allowed this revolt to happen. Your actions practically guaranteed it would. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora. Do you think she ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to the grand designs of the Protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader would. Maybe if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There's a new Lord Captain aboard this ship now, and I will not repeat her mistake. He's stunned and exhales loudly, but nods. I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I had to explain myself. The prosperity of the Von Valancius Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers, off on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. Then suddenly, everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hangar on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all, the rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I'm not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures, set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. You need to stop living in the past. Yes, Lord Captain. Resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. And now, please let us leave the lower decks. The rogue trader desires to stretch his legs. There are far more suitable places.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Valve down here. Here it is. Okay, well, something happened for that valve. Don't know the valve puzzle.
A new challenge for me.
I don't know. Maybe we'll look it up later. Okay, come back to this. Now, maybe, just maybe, we can go to the next planet. Oh, we did it. Ooh, I fell asleep. Someone else is here in your study. Stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses. In their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloody faces of those who had died on the ship's bridge and those who met those you met in your previous life. How is that possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand at guard? Shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Quaker's weapon, slips to your hand. I did not wish for any of you to die. Coming closer. You find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing an age so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You have felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voices that appear. Tapestries woven. Nope. Body refuses to obey your mind. The handle feels as if it has become one with your hands. Resisting your fate is futile. You awaken from the vision. As you struggle to recall the faces. You would rather die than touch that thing again. You reach a shaking hand for your Vox and call for a servitor. Now that you have to wait for the mindless automaton to arrive, pick up the cursed artifact and head for the nearest airlock to be claimed by the Void. So we lost the blade shard. That's fine with me. We got a level. as soon as we are ready to continue. Okay, so I guess we didn't make it to the planet yet. How about now? Can we go to the planet now? It'd be so cool. Okay, we scanned it. Starport. Yes. Made it. While under heavy fire. Oh, Bub is so cute, sleeping at the end of the couch. Starport greets you with the din of ordnance, the smell of explosives. Halt! Weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. Sergeant Malgar. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown, the rebels are shooting down anything that flies, and you lot just happened to land in our rear lot without a scratch to show for it. And on a shuttle like that, where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? Grab 'em, lads, we got ourselves a rebel landing force. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. You must be mistaken. I am the rogue trader of House von Valancius. The soldier grows more and more pale with every word you say. Falls to his knees. My mistake, your lordship. Didn't recognize you, sir. Please pardon my blunder. It's a bloodbath in here. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm. It is now adorned with crimson tatters. Pardon me, sir. Sergeant Lassie Malgar reporting. Our unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Unarmed rebellion in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower level sparked, then it went up in spires. They hit the Vox hubs, the arsenals, the magtrade stations. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priests linked to the satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting of the star until one of them set course for landing on Reichhead Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warden's details. The alarm was raised, and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we were able to hold it. They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came in. We're running low on ammo, every other fighter is wounded, every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out there any minute. Who are you, anyway? Sergeant Lassie Malgar, sir. 11th generation loyal soldier to House Winterscale, awarded 3 commendations for faultless service. Ever since the olden days, his lordship, the rogue trader, has recruited soldiers and shipwrights on Reichhead Minoris, so there's no greater honor for a Ricadian than serving his lordship with diligence. And what caused the rebellion? Ill thoughts, sir. We've fallen on hard times. The group keeps shaking. Things keep exploding. People are scared. They've forgotten all about their duty. That's when those, Emperor forgive me, preachers came. They started riling everyone up. Sure enough, we shot a few, but they just kept coming. More and more of them. You're doing fine work. So are your troops. It is work like... It's people like you that hold the Imperium together. I live to serve. You have to know if a member of the Inquisition has come here. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. Might want to inquire at the headquarters. Going to see the governor. Primary reports, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting their damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. It would have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I'll Vox cast orders to them to wait for you. I'll inform headquarters. Better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we will follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Good soldier, but you've got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now might falter in darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around those fancy words you're saying. I've seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight till my last drop. If only Sergeant Davian of Tertium was here. He may have completely lost his marbles, but if I'd let him accompany you, you could have walked all the way from the governor's palace without any harm befalling you. Who is that? One of ours, a veteran. No idea how he wound up here. The man's from Atama Prime, the other end of the galaxy. Silent chap, crazy eyes, but you should see him slay enemies of humanity. There's none like him. When it started, he went missing out in the streets somewhere. Worse news for the rebels, though. He's an absolute beast in close quarters combat. What awaits me in the streets? Somewhere in the streets? A deranged defender of humanity is... Okay, well. All of our roadblocks are gone, and the whole place is in the rebels' hands. The city is almost lost, so no help will come. You're surrounded by rebels. Watch your steps, sir. The streets are chock full of mines. Let's see. This remark about mines lodges itself in your memory. More than anything, you'll need to watch the ground and not your surroundings. Okay. What tech priest? A very important person from the Adeptus Mechanicus arrived on the last shuttle before they locked down the sky. He kept on asking whether anyone by the name of Amarant or Amarnat or something like that had recently arrived. Barely answered any of our questions, though. Said he was under no obligation to tell us anything. He demanded to talk to the governor personally, so I had to send a quarter of my troops with him to keep trouble at bay. Let's see. You're a good soldier, Malgar. I will see that your heroism is noted. I live to serve.
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
Well, got some levels here. Let's see. Next. Target's cover. Reduce. Okay. That one's good. That's the one we want. We'll mark that. Logic, tech use. We're about to get our tech guy, logic guy. Maybe get some awareness. Okay, toughness or weapon skill? Probably weapon skill. I'll give him shield mastery. I should have a shield to give him, I think. That one's interesting. Let's see. That's a good one. What should we give her? Warp lore? Sure. Oh, we can't give her ballistic skill. Limit recommends agility, so we'll do that. Maybe this one. Because I gave her a flamer. And Cabela. Weapon skill, please. Jeez, these are all good. Jesus. Like, so many of these are just ridiculous. I think we gotta pick this one to start with.
I'll lay claim to the star.
Did you see that? They almost knocked us out of the air. Some bumbling idiot's going to regret that when he's dragged before the Lord Captain for questioning and trial.
I do not think the rogue trader should take a personal interest in a common crackpot. Summary execution will be sufficient.
Give me the stuff here. Anything else cool sitting around? Ah, there's a fly in here, and Bub sucks at catching flies. She likes to watch them, though.
Take a knee and bow before me.
I'll bleed you dry.
Okay, well. Oh, no. Argenta, you get closer, please. Or no, that looks like it's gonna be. Is that how that works? Oh, I see. They're really close. Okay. I will go this area. If I can frickin' there we go. You get up there, though. Oh, can't get up there. There. You... We're gonna hide with Argenta. And Cabela apparently can't go anywhere. Try to spray these guys. Am I gonna... No, we took down one. Okay, forewarning on
Anything else?
Abelard. Oh, I didn't equip him with a shield. Analyze enemy.
Farewell.
Let's make it quick.
Okay, he's the big boy.
Cleanses the body.
Hold on.
I've suffered worse.
Okay.
Already
Perfect
done.
spot.
Suits my purposes.
And then you.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
And you gotta get rid of this guy. Sworn enemy
At your
on the
beck and call.
agitator.
Out of my way. Here we
It's
go.
near him, he will just wreck him.
Let's get to it.
That was insulting.
A little bit of damage coming here.
I'll live
Killed
another
one of their
day.
own too. Okay, Cabela. Cabela, here's what I want you to do. You are going to absolutely wreck these guys, okay?
Death is a blessing. Killing brings me no pleasure. Come, the other side awaits. Killing brings me no pleasure. Follow my
She's gonna
lead.
be out. She's gonna be kind of out in the open here.
Let's get to it.
Oh shit.
Whispers my name.
So that's not great.
As the Emperor commands, I am.
Will do.
Lightning.
Anything else?
Help her.
Let's make it quick.
My prescience has failed me.
What do I have line of sight to? Too far away. I have line of sight to the agitator. Maybe.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't. I may have to move.
I shall not fear. All too easy.
That.
Not a problem.
And a miss.
It will be done. Victory is imminent.
Hold on.
Harry, yes.
Out of my way.
Cabela can't quite make it over to them.
As honor ordained.
She can do that.
The shadows will see it done.
And she can stay behind cover at least.
I must not falter.
Here we go.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Faith without deeds is worthless. On it.
Help yourself.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Can you do something about this guy now, please?
Suits my purpose. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
And then charge. How far can you charge here? Just to get up there? It don't matter. Cabela's got him now.
I am your blade and shield. As the tenets.
Follow my lead.
Blood is my
We must act.
Yeah, that's going into storage room. Ooh, lots of shit. Keep the armor for now until we figure out what we want to use. Yeah, we can give John the sword, I suppose.
It's about time.
Anything else here we should be aware of?
Done.
And there are exploding barrels there. it
None
looks like.
shall stand in my way.
Okay. I was gonna say there looked like there was something back there, but no way to get there. It looks like that's because that bridge was taken. Okay, so I?
Doubt is for the weak.
Come on, get in the way.
Nothing I can't do. Not my specialty. Already done. Nothing I can't do. All too easy. Not a problem for me.
Reload, please.
I won't tolerate weakness. Nothing of value has been lost quickly.
I will level
Hey,
you.
we got one. Okay, so most of them are back there. Who's the big boy that we need to look out? There's another agitator. They're the commander. That's who we're looking for. Okay, well. No, we still didn't. Shield him. Okay, Argenta, you. going to
God
move up.
Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! I'll do it.
Let's make it quick.
Let's get to it.
Hold on.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Bella. No, we're not gonna get close enough.
I bring mercy and retribution. As honor ordained. Trust me. As honor ordained, the other side awaits.
And she's in smoke.
Aim for the heart next time.
Show me what you've got!
Will do.
So there go those guys.
Was that you? Or
Commander's almost dead. What happened? Are they like life? Are they life linked somehow? Maybe.
but of course.
Follow my lead. It will be done. At your
Sworn
beck
enemy
and
on
call.
This guy too. Because why not?
Mark you a target.
Scared yet?
Might be a good idea to head this way. Take out the
Already
commander.
done. Opposing me was your biggest mistake. Nothing I can't do.
Do that to the agitator.
Here we go.
High momentum.
Doubt is for the weak.
Controlled shot.
As the Emperor commands.
There you go. Not bad.
Let's get to it.
Just a minor
Let's
setback.
get to it.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
The shadows will death is a blessing. As honor ordained.
That?
You could do worse, but not by much.
No. Wrong. Not bad. John will take care of him.
On it.
Abelard. Doesn't help.
Anything else? Be gone.
I will do my I took care of this one. Victory is imminent.
Suits
can
my
you just-
purposes. You didn't stand a chance.
There you go. Thank you.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
So yeah, we're gonna keep the armor just until I've got the armor situation figured out.
We should deal with this.
Ladder. Goods down there. What do you have? The enemy deals damage to an enemy. The wearer is a. Okay, Interesting. Bella could use that.
A new challenge for me? We need to investigate. We shall
Join me in prayer.
No, we need to unlink. Oh, and get these goods. Oh, those are...
I'm restless. I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling. The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails. When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
Do I not have a I could have swore I picked up a shield. Maybe he just... Yeah, maybe I don't have one. Must have been mistaken. Is there any better armor? 30%, 30%. This one has better armor, same dodge, so yeah, that's where we're going there. Yeah, there's the improved body glove. Heavy leather armor is better, it looks like. She can also use the carapace. That'd probably be better. She's using medium armor. This would up her dodge by quite a bit. We might just give her the armored body glove. Or she could also take a carapace. We've got enough of them. Yeah, dodge is good. And Cabela. Yeah, nothing's gonna match her armor for her right now. Although... that's probably super great on her. She can just keep attacking if she keeps getting more MP, so she'll keep that. Also, she can have the ring. And she's actually dogmatic, so she can have the helmet.
Follow my lead.
That goes somewhere else. We want to go this way.
Change is coming. The edge is nigh. The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target! Don't kill the tech priest! We need to take him alive!
Find it, and let their enemies breathe.
Do it! Hold back!
And he just fucking...
May knowledge be thy fate. Let the cycle be discontinued.
Pascal. Man dressed in crimson should not have survived an explosion like that, however, he is alive.
Not another step. Flee, for I am death.
By the throne! What is that servant of the Omnissiah made of? Adamantine? Ah, placid.
I'm Rogue Trader John Craticus von Valancius. I mean, you know it.
I identify you as a member of a high stratum belonging to Rogue Trader House von Valancius. I am detecting no need for confrontation. The convoy received an order to meet you. It is no longer functional. Therefore, I propose that we continue to advance to the rendezvous point with the governor's soldiers.
And who are you?
I identify as Magus Pascal Hanema of the priesthood of Mars. By the grace of the Omnissiah, I am currently assigned to the maintenance personnel of the station Altar Templum Calixis X-17.
So how did you manage to kill off a slew of people and blow up a sacred machine without even laying a finger on it?
This was my doing.
The voices are being weird about him. They're saying garbled, conflicting things. Like they're talking about completely different people. But he's not a threat to you. Even if that's a bit hard to believe after all the fireworks.
You not even know how you caused such an explosion?
The Messiah granted me a revelation. The spirit of this machine was dying, but it wished to perform a service, for such was its design. I sensed this and appealed to it. I do not know how I did it. I merely followed my intuition. The understanding granted by the Omnissiah was not permanent. It has left me.
How strange it is to hear such words from one who is not of the blood-spun web. We have much in common.
How do you want to see
I
the
came
governor?
here to carry out a sacred mission. My mentor, Archmagus Amonat, summoned me, and I hastened to answer his. But the rabble's unrest prevented our meeting, and I was on my way to Governor Medina to determine my mentor's current location. My escort was ordered by their commander to discontinue their movement and await to be merged with your group. Then, due to their incompetence, they let themselves be killed. It was an unacceptable complication to my task.
Must be quite devoted to wade through this.
Cessation of vital functions is an unavoidable phenomenon, and therefore an insignificant one. The doctrine of worship repudiates the fear of death. With my mentor's words, the Omnissiah gives me the algorithm for redemption and triumph in service. I will be redeemed, and I will triumph.
I'd like you to join us.
Predicting successful and mutually beneficial cooperation.
None shall stand in my way.
So now we have
Join me.
I am
6.
Authorized.
We can level them up with 3 ranks. Okay. So intelligence, perception. Okay, now we gotta go through these abilities again and see what we want to mark for him. Let's see. This is probably good. Persuasion, coercion, and commerce. Gain a stacking 10% up to hit and dodge reduction against any target they hit with a success. That's good. Well, that's good, but we want... we need to build them up to that. Oh no, okay, since we want him to be a Melta and Plasma guy, we will stay away from melee things. So now for this crap. We want you... Okay, so your ballistic steel is probably going to need help. Well, he doesn't need parry. Melta weapon. Plasma weapon, perhaps? Mark it. Okay, but so this for this first one though. This is still a good one for him, because it works for everything. I don't think that any of his weapons would have that kind of range. it's recommending these. So we might as well do fresh targets, always good. See, he definitely needs ballistic skill. I'll do that though. Let's go with precise attack. Tech use, definitely.
Data meditation is terminated.
Okay, let's take a look at what we can give you. Okay, well, first of all, give you those gloves to get them off of you. Because we're going to give you these tech use. So what does your armor look like? I'll leave you with that armor for now. Okay, what do you about your weaponry? You have a las gun. That won't do. You have a las gun and you have the Omnissiah axe. Give you a stub revolver, although I'm not sure how much it'll... I mean, it's a shotgun, so it might come in handy.
It's about time.
Do you see that?
What does this ladder do then, huh? Everyone down, please.
Dark forces are devouring you, tearing at your soul, Vanayadira. I could teach you techniques to clear your mind. Just no intoxication, bloodletting, or self-torture, all right?
Hey, why have you gone all quiet there, Scully?
Victory awaits.
Come on, open. Another bolter. There's another ladder. Go down. Everyone down. Oh, okay, this isn't a new area. This is just up.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Sin Skin.
We must act.
Agility is more than 40. His agility is not more than 40. Hers is. They're roughly the same. Now Argenta, she has agility high enough for this, I think. Yep. So she should use that.
A new challenge for me?
That was a good find. Ooh, what have we got here? Uh-oh. Oh dear.
Doubt is for the weak.
Can I destroy the turret?
Not a problem
please?
for me.
Maybe not.
Oh,
Doesn't have
too
health bar, I
easy.
guess. Reload.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
The machine gun grants me insight.
Oh, there's more of them. We activated the turret.
Ban none of them!
Turret's on our side now, bitch. Perfect spot.
Suits my purposes.
Analyze an enemy. None of them are big enemies, huh? That's not necessary.
Already done. Nothing of value has been lost.
Rejoice in battle! Faith without deeds, but human strife is a prayer.
There goes the turret. Oh,
Let's make it quick.
not much left.
What is this foreboding?
High momentum.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Time to slaughter someone.
Can I fall back now?
Advancing.
Hold on. Out of my way. Opposing me was your
There you go.
biggest mistake.
I'll do it.
Okay, I think. Duck down back there.
Was that you?
There you go, Cabela.
Or
My place is at the fore. My ears are ringing.
Death
Bella's got
comes in
this.
silence. I shall not come. The other side awaits.
None shall stand in my way.
Torments you.
We shall prevail.
Level up. What do we got? Yeah, give him sharpshooter. Probably this one. Okay. careful with this one. Yeah, we're gonna do that one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I haven't marked any of these for her. Ooh, that's not bad. Both integrity and demolition. Vela. Let's see. Actually, she needs demolition because she's gonna stick with the party at least. I don't think that Argenta's going to, so we need somebody to be a demolitions expert. Let's see. So I want her to dodge, so we'll get nimble. I'll take that just to get it. He already has proficiency. He already has plasma weapon proficiency. Okay, that's good.
Victory awaits!
Those. That's the streets of the capital. Well, then where did that other exit go that we found? One way at the one that we had way earlier.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Let's go with that. Ah.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Light flak armor, Death World origin.
We must act.
Is that better for Cabela? $60, $60, 10. Better parry chance. That one's dodge and parry chance. Okay, so that's probably still better. Is it better for me? Yeah. Dira could use that. So yeah, she can have that.
A new challenge for me.
Might have to end it there. I am getting super hungry, and I have to use the bathroom, and I have to do grocery shopping. Some grocery shopping today. Maybe I'll be back later though, once all that crap's done. And I suppose I could take a shower. So let's get up to here, or up to wherever it is the exit is. Save. Okay, so that's what we're gonna have to call it there. Oh, Bub's being so cute. She's got her face, her paws over her face to sleep. Okay, so this is where we're gonna call it for now. So next time on Rogue Trader, we will continue through the capital to get to the governor, who we are hoping we can use him to replenish. He'll let us, replenish our crew. That's where our big one is right now. I believe that's why we're here. Anyway. So, as usual, this is John Crate signing out.